The Espresso Podcast is brought to you by Wave One Media. If you want to start your own show, visit thewave1.com. Shot 157. Hey, if you went to church once as a kid, Catholic church, I know you remember this shit. This is the most heat that would ever come out of the music teacher's mouth in church.
God who cannot die.
I say yes, my Lord. I say yes, my Lord.
To the one who hears me cry.
Is this not a heater? I say yes, my Lord. I say yes, my motherfucking Lord.
To the God of the oppressed.
The most heat of all time. I say yes, my Lord. I say yes, my motherfucking Lord.
To the God of all justice.
I say yes, my Lord. I say yes, my motherfucking Lord. I go see Señor in motherfucking all the good Lord in temples buenos.
Digo, sí, Señor, a todo lo que amas.
Dude, how cool does your music teacher think he was during that song? Yes, I know Spanish. Just today. Your music teacher and everybody in your church thought they were fluent in Spanish after that song. Oh, shit. When they switched it it was, I say yes, my Lord, through all the good times and all the motherfucking bad times. Of course, I didn't say motherfucking, but if you don't say motherfucking during every song you sing from now on, you're just not singing it right. Dude, and then they flipped it midway through the song. They flipped it to the Spanish version, and everybody immediately knew how to make a quesadilla. And all the good time, and like looking at each other. You ever, dude? Did a church song ever hit so hard that you like looked at somebody and started nodding a little bit? Like, yeah, this is my shit. Like some church songs did actually go though. Mary and Joseph, pray for us. That song went, dude. When they played, what was that? Litany of the Saints. Litany. Of course it is. When they played that song in church, it was like the grand finale firework. Litany of the Saints. And they like, sometimes they said your name. Like you'd be named after a saint, obviously, because like every kid is named after a saint that goes to a Catholic church. And they'd be like, Saint Benedict, pray for. And all my friends would look at me and be like, that was my shit. That was my part.
Saint Peter and Saint Paul,
Pray for us.
Saint Andrew.
If there's a kid in your class named Andrew, you'd look at him and be like, this one's for you. Then the chorus, all you holy men and motherfucking women, pray for the motherfucking all of us. Dude, I swear this isn't like a Catholic religious podcast, but some of those songs you grew up with were just heaters in church. Don't even get me started on Eagle's Wings. On Eagle's motherfucking wings. You add that little extra sauce to it. I was having a discussion about church songs the other day. Like, what was the most lit church song? And somebody said that one that was like kind of Spanish. And I was like, that's the number one answer. Bing, 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 bing. On Family Feud. What was the most lit church song? The one that made me want to make fajitas after? That's the number one answer. Ding, ding, ding. I say yes, my Lord. What up? Remember to follow on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Cameo, all at Benedict Polizzi. Got a show coming up I can never talk because I'm so excited. I got a show coming up this Friday at Jailbird. It's a bar on the south side of Indy. It's going to be a little lit show. Should be fun. And there's limited seating in there. It's not like a huge place, but it'll be packed tight. So slide through. It'll be a good one. I'll post about it on Instagram. Remember to follow, rate, and review the pod. I'm not just saying that either. I know. It's not just fucking lip service up here. Every coach. It's not just lip service. Listen to this stuff. Huh? You listening? Listen. Every coach at the end of practice, making you feel like shit. Dude, after practice ended when I was a kid, I didn't listen to anything they said. These guys know what they're talking about. Listen. Don't just nod your head and act like you know. Go home and do the things these guys talk about. Because these guys are successful men. That's me at the beginning of every podcast. Rate, review, and subscribe. Don't just sit there and nod your head in your car while you're driving to work or wherever you may be. Do these things. At the end of every podcast, I'm just that weird, like, motivational guy that comes to your practice and talks for a little bit. That's like the coach's best friend growing up. That's like a fireman. But that's me at the beginning of every podcast. Tell your friends about this. It's gonna pay off if you tell your friends about this and put in the work. Nah, but seriously, do that. And follow me on Instagram at @𝐵enedict_Polizzi. No, but after practice every time, like when, like after we were done with the conditioning, imagine that though. You do, at the end of your practice, whatever sport you play, you do mad conditioning at the end. Everybody knows that. Conditioning. Suicides in basketball. I can't believe those are called suicides, by the way. Did they change that yet? Holy shit. Kids are doing it. Mom, we did like 3 suicides. The mom has to be like, now, like these days, mom has to be like, oh my God, what did you do? What did you do at practice? What did Coach fucking Polizzi have you do? Suicides. I almost died, literally. Holy shit. Are those called something else though now? Suicides. Dude, shit was so hardcore like when we were like younger. Or like literally 10 years ago. That shit was okay. But now if a kid was like, I ran suicides, like that coach is getting fired. Dude, our coach used to literally throw basketballs at us and shit. But yeah, okay, so at the end of your practice every day or whatever the fuck it was, you did like 6,000 laps, like all the hardest running. How hard was that growing up? Running and shit after practice? But then after that conditioning, he wants us to get on a knee and listen to him talk. Every time after conditioning, I was like, I'm done. I never knew what time practice was the next day because I was like, I don't know, bro. After a certain point in time in practice, after like 6,000 laps and up downs, like I'm probably not going to listen. And even if I did listen, I'd be like, I don't know if he said 7 or 6. My dad would be like, what time's practice? I'd be like, I don't know. Where's the schedule? I don't know. I didn't hear anything the coach said after practice. I was dead tired. I was fighting to catch my breath for 16 minutes. Dude, some people after running have energy. I was done. Getting in your parents' car. My wet ass on my dad's fucking passenger seat. Ew. Took me right to KFC to get a Famous Bowl. That shit was so good. After practice growing up, that was the one thing about like school sports that just was like, it was like such a reward. Like you'd practice so hard, then after practice you just ate absolutely everything. Not like you don't now, but like it was just like a better feeling, you know, sweating your ass off and then just eating like 14 bowls of macaroni and going to sleep at 8. That was fire. Why do I always talk about 8th grade? Because it was the best time of my goddamn life. All right, let's get into the question. Quick question of the week. Espresso. Quick question of the week. What's the craziest thing you've done at work and not told anyone about? This is gonna be good. All right, here we go. I can't wait to read these. Okay, here we go. Anonymous. Used to shit in the women's bathroom on the weekends. Cleaner. I don't know about that though. Like when no one's around, you know, it was like such like a fun, like a crazy thing. Like when you'd be on, when you'd be on like a road trip and you go to the gas station, there's a big line for the guys' bathroom and nobody in the women's bathroom. So your dad would be like, your dad like out of nowhere would be like, fuck it, and go in the women's restroom, and he'd be like, oh. Now it's just like super normal to do that. I feel like it's a little bit more normal to just go in the women's restroom and be like, hey, like I gotta piss, than it was like 15 years ago. If you did that 15 years ago, it was like, oh shit! You'd like play lookout and like, you know what I mean? Like someone, I think one of my friends did that on like a road trip to spring break, went in the women's bathroom, and I was like, fuck, we're going to jail. What'd he do? He went pee-pee in the toilet. No, I don't know, man. The women's bathroom, like, I have to clean the women's bathroom at the restaurant sometimes, and it's pretty fucked up. Like, girls will just trash shit. Guys don't trash shit unless they're mad. Girls will just throw toilet paper everywhere. There's toilet paper everywhere. I'm like, damn. And it, like, kind of has that girl smell, too. You're like, ew, that's what this is? It's like fruity. You're like, God damn it. The women's bathroom smells like a vape cloud. You're like, a vape cloud that's like near a dumpster. You're like, nah, uncomfortable. There's always something like, I guess the plus side of going into a women's bathroom too, there's always like a special thing in there that the guys don't have. The women's bathroom always has like a couch, and you're like, what the fuck? You know, you used to go in the women's bathroom with your mom growing up, like when you were really young, because you like couldn't go in the guys' bathroom without like a parent. Well, that happened to me a lot because my dad, we never went anywhere with my fucking dad. So when I had to pee, my mom would just be like, just come in the women's bathroom, and I'd be like, bet. So I'd go in there and see like the craziest shit of all time. I went to that water park on like the north side of town when it opened up. It was the most lit thing of all time. When my mom told us we were going to that, I don't think I slept for a week. My mom was like, we're going to this new water park on the north side this weekend. And I was like, what's the catch? Like, we're really just about to do this? I don't think I slept for a week. We went. It was actually pretty dope. Like hella slides and shit. Could not wait to go. And it kind of lived up to the hype, but I had to go to the bathroom. And dude, imagine going into a water park women's restroom in Indiana. Like the shit I saw in there was just insane. Like 40-year-old women just ass naked. And I was 3. I was like, like, you guys don't care that you're naked? I swear in the guys' bathroom, like, we at least cover our shit up. Dude, girls will just walk. I guess fucking when I was 4 years old and I just saw, I'll never forget that lady I saw. I was like, oh! She was just letting it go. And that changed my life forever. But, yeah. There's always something like there's always like a couch or like a tree or something, like a fake tree in the women's bathroom, and it's like, fuck you guys, you know? Like, come on. But I was thinking about it. If there was a couch or a fake tree in the guy's bathroom, that shit would be destroyed and pissed all over. Imagine a couch in a guy's bathroom. Literally any guy's bathroom. It could be the guy's bathroom at like a priest house. There'd be shit and piss all over that thing. Sit down, let's talk. Oh, you holy motherfucking men and women, pray for us. What's the craziest thing you've done at work and didn't tell anybody? Anonymous. Sleep behind the big-ass carpets at Menards when I was hungover and only slept for 2 hours the night prior after being drunk as fuck. My nap was 2 hours long. Sleeping at work is such a thing. I remember I worked at Champs in the mall, and our manager was so hung over. It was me and my roommate that worked there, and we work there, but we didn't know what we were doing. You ever have one of those jobs? That's every job for me. I work somewhere, but I don't know what I'm doing the whole time. That was me as a shoe salesman. Like, I just knew how to do that part, and that I didn't know like past a certain point at all. I could like sell the shoes and the clothes and like ring them out, but like if somebody was like, "Can you check in the back for like a order online for like a," I was like, "Dude, like you might just want to do it yourself." But our manager was so hung over one night or one morning. We were like, "Dude, where's Mo?" "I don't know, bro. Where's Mo?" But we just started like working, and it got kind of busy because it was like a Sunday or something. Like people just come to the mall on Sunday, and there's like, "Ah." Vibe's so different on Sunday when you work retail or in a restaurant. You're like, why aren't you guys ever out besides Sundays? It's one group of people on Sundays. That's it. You don't see them any other time during the week. They only come out. People that come out in public on Sundays don't ever show face during the week, ever. They're just a bunch of aliens. But anyway, it was like a Sunday crowd, weird, kind of busy, and we were like, "Dude, where's Moses?" Because if somebody like needed to do a return, we had to get our manager, and we couldn't find him. And finally, somebody was like, "Hey, can I try this on?" I was like, "Yeah, for sure." So I unlocked the fitting room, and his ass was sleeping in there on boxes. On boxes, like flattened on the ground, like broken down, like moving boxes. And he's like, I was like, "Dude, get the fuck up. Get the fuck up. This dude's trying to try on like a Jordan t-shirt." But yeah, people sleeping at work is... People sleeping at work is a whole ass thing. All right, what's the craziest thing you've done at work and didn't tell anybody? Anonymous. Had sex in a guest shower with my engineer. Guest shower. Yeah, it's always like the family bathroom. Family bathrooms, are they, like, what kind of families go in there? All right, everybody, let's get to pissing. Honey, come on in. Sweetie, you go ahead. Johnny boy, you're in right after. And old silly Danny, you're in here next. You wait your turn behind your sister. Family bathroom. Every time I see a family bathroom, I'm like, who's fucking in there? And they have them at like the most horny places. They have a family bathroom at the movie theater. I'm like, guys. Here we go. Craziest thing you ever did at work and didn't tell anybody. Took care of myself in the restroom, was feeling some type of way that day. Okay. It's got to be crazier than masturbating at work. What are you, a rookie? I don't want to read that one. Okay. Craziest thing I did at work and didn't tell anybody. Anonymous. When I was working at the mall, I'd get blowjobs in the Neiman Marcus bathroom on my 30-minute breaks. I would just be so scared that I would get caught. You know what I mean? Like, I even do that in my dreams. I don't know how people can do shit like that and not fear that someone's going to walk in. Is that just me on everything? Probably because I've been caught doing the dumbest shit before. And then he has a non-sexual one. Same guy. Craziest thing you ever did at work and didn't tell anybody. I almost got in a fist fight with customers 2 separate times. First time was Black Friday and second time was just a normal day. That's crazy. Where do you work? The mall. Here we go. Dude, this is insane. You guys are crazy. This is so stupid. Worst thing you ever did at work. Craziest thing you ever did at work and didn't tell anybody. Let my secretary fucking blow me and she wasn't even attractive. Dude. Oh my God, of course. Every secretary's resume gives head. Check. All right, see you tomorrow at 9. All right. Mom listens to this. All right, here we go. Craziest thing you ever did at work and didn't tell anybody. Anonymous. I worked with a girl that was quitting, and before she left, she pissed in all the bathroom vents all day. Bro, people don't give a fuck. Bathroom vents, though? So? Shit, I do that regularly. I do that every day. Bathroom vents. I guess it's different for a girl, because you really got to mean it when you're a girl and you're peeing somewhere you shouldn't. Like, you got to, like, plan that. Guys, dude, I'll piss all over the wall and not know for the first 6 seconds. I'll be on my phone peeing and be like, oh, holy shit, that went all over my pants for the first 8 minutes. That's like always a risk you're taking as a guy. You could get caught on something on your pants and not know it. You could have piss all over your pants for the rest of the day. That's a little thing about guys. Ladies, I don't know if you knew this or not, but we can piss our pants on accident at any time. But when we're going to the bathroom, there's like a 10% chance that we could piss all over. We'd have to get sent home for pissy pants. You ever get pissy pants, guys? Like when you're going to the bathroom and you're going, you like something doesn't seem right, and you look down and you're literally peeing all over your shorts. Me neither. Here we go. Anonymous, craziest thing you ever did at work. I was hungover working at a restaurant. And I projectile vomited in the bathroom, cleaned it up, and went back to work. Yeah, you really got to trust people at restaurants. For the most part, they're pretty fucking clean, honestly. Like, there's always that thing about restaurants, like, ew, the lemons are so dirty. Ew, the cups are so dirty. Honestly, they're pretty clean. They really are. Like, but I mean, it's just a place where people are coming in and out, and you got to be fast, and you're wiping down tables, and like when something's dirty in a restaurant, like you got to refrain from getting so mad, because it's like, fuck, man. Like this one lady, like I sat this one like group of people down there, like, can you wipe off this table? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, I can't believe it's this dirty. I was like, you can't believe it? Like, I know you don't know what's been going on here all day, but there was just a fucking birthday party with 6 like 8-year-olds here. Like, just fucking chill. What do you think you are, the Queen of England? All right. Oh my God, there's a lot of good ones. We might have to re-up on this one next week. Craziest thing you did at work and didn't tell anybody. So I worked for the Cheesecake Factory as a bartender for years. It got really busy all the time, and sometimes we'd be in the well for hours without a time for a bathroom break. One night on New Year's Eve, I accidentally peed myself while squatting down to get a beer. Holy shit. Like wet pants, solid stream, heavy flow kind of pee. I physically could not leave the bar right then, so I poured our bucket of bleach sanitizer on myself and kept working. It was definitely crazy. Damn, dude. Yeah, that's a thing, man. Damn, that is just the definition of being understaffed. Dude, yeah, oh my God, it was so busy tonight, I pissed myself. I couldn't even go to the bathroom for 5 minutes. The podcast about piss. Damn. All right, a couple more. Craziest thing you did at work and didn't tell anybody. Anonymous. I was in an NICU and was feeding a baby while sitting in a recliner. I worked days and night back then, so it was around 2 a.m. I stood up after the baby finished eating and got tangled up in the cords when I stood up. Fell to the floor with the baby in my arms, but on my way down I made sure to do some form of a roll and land on my back to keep the baby safe. Hit my head on the floor, but the baby never even woke up. Looked around and no one saw. Thank God. Bro. Imagine, dude. How does that not happen all the time? Especially in a hospital where like everyone's dead fucking tired and there's shit everywhere and literally babies. Dude, that one time I was at church. This doesn't really have shit to do, but like, and I was like looking. This whole podcast about church, that's fucked up. Maybe I need to go. Maybe it's a sign. But I was like reading the bulletin. This sounds so stupid. I went to the bathroom. Like when you are growing up and you go to church 19 times a week, like Catholic kids do, and like I don't know, a lot of other religions probably do that. But we had to go so many times. Once during the week, maybe another time during a week because there's a celebration. We got a new priest, and then one time on the weekend with your family, just because that's what your family does. So sometimes we went to church 3 times a week. Like if my mom let me go to the bathroom during church, it was like a fucking party. If your mom let you go to the bathroom during church, Mom, can I go to the bathroom? And she just looks at you like, she doesn't say yes, but she says yes, like with her eyes. She's just like, and then you just kind of go. You're just like, all right, I'm going. She didn't say no, though. You just do that. Like my mom would never tell me yes, I could go to the bathroom. She'd just look at me and be like, with her face, she'd be like, she wouldn't move a fucking muscle in her face or anything in her face. But like, she'd just look at me and her look would be, yeah, you can go. But if you fuck something up, I swear to God. And I'd be like, all right. Good enough for me. Right when I open the huge ass church doors to go out to like the lobby, it'd just be this song would be playing. Right when you open the door and like you walk past like a weird incense candle, open the door. Passing like pictures of like Joseph and shit, it like crosses on the wall. You see like one of your weird friends that you're not even friends with, but you see just anyone you know and you're like, are you going to the bathroom too? And they're like, dude, yeah. Let's go, let's go, let's go. It feels like 2.5 hours, but it's literally 4 minutes. It always smells so weird at church. But like I was... Dude, when you go to the bathroom at church, you like come out of the bathroom, like halfway through your bathroom. You're like in the bathroom, like just like washing your hands and shit. I got a feeling. Hopefully there's not an adult in there. Because if you're in the bathroom solo, bro, it's a wonderland in that bitch. That tonight's gonna be a good night. But like halfway through your bathroom break at church, you go out of the door and you look in the real church and you're like, what part are they on? Like, what part did I skim through during church? Like, are they already kneeling? And then like you do your shit and you get back into church and you missed absolutely nothing. Like if you missed the Our Father though, your mom might be shitty. If you missed a kneel, peace, or the Our Father, just like one of those parts of church that you actually remember, you're fucked. But yeah, on my way back from the bathroom, I was like reading the bulletin or something, just like looking at shit, like trying to like just waste any amount of time. And I was backing up reading the bulletin on the wall. I like bumped, like my ass like hit. I just forgot where I was because I was reading something and backing up. And my ass hit that thing that you dip your fingers into and like say the sign of the cross. It was like a bowl like standing up in the middle of the fucking lobby thing. The atrium, and like it like seesawed. Like if I would have hit it any harder, it would have fucking broken into a million pieces on the church floor in the lobby, and I would have had to run away scared. And then like after church, you know, they open the door so everybody can leave. They just would have saw a broken ass vase, 1,000 pieces. Anyway, yeah, that's the craziest thing I've ever done at church. Maybe not. One more. Craziest thing you ever did at work and didn't tell anybody. Anonymous. One time I used one of the empty security sites as a technique training course for live weapons. Nobody was on site. I knew I had time to kill alone and skills to sharpen. Who is this guy? Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, James Bond DM'd me. I'm sure there's a security footage of it, but it hasn't been skimmed over. Name a better terrain. Felt like a Call of Duty map. Holy shit, dude. Yeah, I don't know. Just open fire at work. They never really check security cameras unless something fucked up happens. Name a time you've like been on a security camera and not like flipped it off or like done the peace sign. Like I always imagine like there's just some security guy watching 24/7. That's like, but like literally no one sees that. It's kind of sucks. It's kind of sad. All right, let's do viral. I like totals viral. I always try to change it up and remember one other meme on the internet, but I can only remember I like turtles. So that's why I do that. Hashtag fake sandwich facts. Fake sandwich facts. You ever just think about how bad sandwiches are for you? I fucking love sandwiches, but when you think about it, it's just like the worst shit. Like when you think about Subway, like the bread's fucked up. Like it's a proven fact that they have fake bread. The meat's like, you know, it's not real. Like the lettuce, Subway vegetables, I'm even like, where are you getting all this shit? You know what I mean? Like I know, like it just sucks when you get older and you're just like, all this is just a goddamn scam. Fake sandwich facts. Putting chips on that shit though. Putting Doritos on a salami sandwich. Can we take, hey, just, I don't care what you're doing. If you're in your car, pull over on the shoulder and just take a second for Doritos on a goddamn salami sandwich. Amen. That's the shit I pray for at church. During the petitions. For Doritos on salami sandwiches, we pray to the Lord. Lord, hear prayer. For Chick-fil-A having mouthwash in their bathrooms, we pray to the Lord. Lord, hear prayer. They got that hand up. Real life petitions. That could be a video, dude. Holy shit. For Taco Bell having the option to put black beans on stuff instead of meat, we pray to the Lord. Lord, hear prayer. It's always that response. Imagine having why is this whole thing about church? What's going on? All right. Hashtag things my grandparents taught me. Low key. Dude, remember when your grandparents, did this ever happen to you? This was the worst feeling of all time. It might be the most disappointing feeling of all time. Like your parents yelling at you. Your parents yelling at you is like normal. Your like when your friends' parents yell at you, it's like expected. But when your grandparents yell at you, you're like, fuck. Like that's gonna, like, dude, that hurts when your grandparents yell at you, because you're like, damn, what if she doesn't give me money for Christmas? Like, that's gonna fuck my money up. That's like so selfish to say, but like you think about shit like that, you're like, whoa. Bro, the first time I saw my grandma, like one time at my grandma's, like my weird cousins came over. You know, you got like some weird cousins that come over and you're like, what the fuck? You know what I'm talking about? I know you know you have like a weird set of cousins that only comes into town every 7 years. Well, that happened one year. When you meet your cousin's other cousins and you're like, what the fuck? Is this an alternate universe? Dude, your cousin's other cousins. How much shit do you talk about them with like your brother and sister? You're like, those motherfuckers are so stupid. They're so ugly. Your cousin's cousins. Nobody's weirder than that. Anyway, like this kid that was somehow my cousin came over to my grandma's and was being a piece of shit. And his name was something crazy. It was like the cousin that you're scared of's name. It was the perfect name. It was like Blaine or something. Or it was like just something like he was like a villain from a movie, and I was like, this kid's our fucking cousin, no way. And he just kept being a bitch, kept doing, and we're like, bro, I don't know, we got to run away from him or something. Like you're like avoiding him at your grandparents' house, you know, you're like going into different rooms and like playing with like, you know, you're being such a dick to this kid, but he like deserves it. And it was like he did something and like it was the last straw, and I was like, I'm telling grandma. And they're like, you are? And I was like, I don't give a fuck, I'm telling grandma. And we told my grandma everything, and she fucking grabbed this kid by the arm and got so shitty with him, and we were watching it and we were like, fuck yeah, grandma, kick him out of the fucking ass, yes, fuck that cat. He's literally our like blood relation cousin. We're like, fuck yeah, yes, yes, tell him not to talk to us. I hope someone out there knows what the fuck I'm talking about, because that's the realest shit I've ever said. Your cousin's cousins, nobody's weirder. But then when you get a little older and you like see your cousin's cousins maybe for like the 5th time, you're like, all right, they're out. They're out. We can deal with it. But when you're a kid, you're like, fuck them. You like had like a war on them. Your cousin's cousins. All right, let's do days. Wednesday. Days of the week. Wednesday. National Astronaut Day. I think it's funny, like every kid wants to be an astronaut still when they're younger, you know? You always have, like, why? How come when we're kids we want to do the most basic ass shit? I know being an astronaut isn't basic, but that's like every kid's like thing. What do you want to be when you grow up? It's always like a fireman or a fucking astronaut. There's nothing else. Or like, dude, wasn't it crazy when you go around the room and hear people's shit that they wanted to be? And it'd be so like basic. This one time, this girl was like, we were going around the room saying like, I think I always said I wanted to be like a football player or something, which is so the most me thing I've ever said in my life. Imagine when you're a kid saying what your career is now as a kid in 4th grade. Comedian. Everybody would have been like, what the fuck? Oh, that's so cool. The teacher every time. Oh, oh my God, that is so cool. These kids are very mature. Telling your homeroom teacher, and your homeroom teacher's like, I know. Oh, they're so good. Then you take them back to your class and your teacher fucking rips your ass for 2.5 hours. Isn't it where your homeroom teacher when you were a kid was low-key your mom? Like, did the teachers, I always wondered, like, when we got in trouble for being too loud at lunch, did the teachers, like, just pick a random day? Like, because I was, like, 100% sure we weren't louder than any other day. And then, like, one random-ass fucking Wednesday, a teacher would come down and be like, hey! Like, you know, they, like, turn off the lights. When you saw your principal come down at lunch. This is entirely too loud. In my head, I was like, there's no fucking way this is louder than last Friday when, like, half of my friends were, like, jumping on the tables with their fucking dicks out. It wasn't louder than last Friday when we were throwing slushies at our homeroom teacher's ass. Like, what the? Like, there's no way. All right. National Totally Chipotle Day. Qdoba's better. And if you don't think that, I don't know, man. Like they can both get it, but like Qdoba's better. I think because Qdoba it was first. Got a soft spot for like the first guy, you know. Qdoba walked so Chipotle could run, you know. Type beat. I got a soft spot for the guy that could walk, you know. And it's better. Just feels like more like when I walk into Chipotle, I feel like I'm like okay, I'm part of a fucking scam here. When I walk into Qdoba, I'm like not as bad of a scam. Cinco de Mayo. When people like crunchy tacos more than soft tacos, I'm like, okay. So do you mean to say you just like sweeping? Crunchy tacos are such a fucking mess. Up. All right. Well, get the Swiffer. Weird ass Swiffer. Soft tacos slap way harder, bro. You can just slap one of those bitches in your mouth, right on your tongue. Crunchy tacos are inconvenient. You gotta like break your fucking neck to get to like bite it right. There's 2 crunches there. Your neck, then in the taco. Thursday, National Nurses Day. I just saw this tweet that said, "Why is the meanest girl at school to nurse pipeline so strong?" And that's the best tweet I've ever seen. Dude, seriously, nurses are all... The meanest girl at school is always like fucking... I guess every girl at school is a goddamn nurse. Doesn't it seem like that? Nurse. Scrubs. Yeah. Got my scrub. Yeah. Scrub. Yeah. There's always so much homework for nurses. I'm like, we passed our fucking CMAC or whatever the fuck. We passed our fucking CMA Mac. What is the nurse test called? Heard it 9,000 times. Every time I'm like, tuning out. Doctor, I'm out of here. Nurse test. How many times have I heard this one? Nurses just act like we know it, like normal people know what that shit is too. They're like, oh yeah, I passed my NCLEX. I'm like, oh. Sick. What is that? Is that like a driving exam? They're like, no, it's a test you have to pass to use a stethoscope. I'm like, oh. So much homework to be a nurse. Friday, National Packaging Design Day. Bro, some companies. You ever like, some companies go off on their packaging? Like, you know, you ever think, I don't know why I think about this, but you ever think about how much money they spend on like DiGiorno spends on that pizza box? Like that shit is fucking beautiful. The frozen pizza box, you're just like, oh, when you see it. You ever see something at the store that just look like cake boxes? That's like half the reason people buy shit is the way it looks. Maybe more than half. Like you buy a Betty Crocker box of cake mix. The box looks so good. When I was a kid, the box looked so good. I literally thought that cake was inside and you didn't have to make it. I was like, oh, where do we get that? What else? Bro, I feel bad sometimes for the mail that companies send out to your mailbox. It's just like the thickest piece of paper at FedEx, like the most graphic colors, just looks beautiful. And you just throw it. It doesn't even make it in the house, dude. You get your mail and put it in the trash can that you forgot to take in 2 days ago, and you're like, fuck that. I'm like, damn, but Value City had a nasty ad. Saturday, National Coconut Cream Pie Day. That's one of those pies that you like really want to try, and once you try it, you're like, ugh. One of those pies like in the freezer section that looks like bomb, low-key because of the packaging. What are those pies called? It's like a famous-ass pie, dude. Frozen store pies. What are they called? There's like one name, and it's just like, damn. There's like one brand, and it just looks so fucking good. My mom never even tried to get that shit. It's like some Sara Lee. No, it's like some lady's name, and it's just like, holy shit. Imagine if we got that pie type shit. Mary Callender's. No, it wasn't that. Maybe it was Sara Lee. I think it was Sara Lee. Yeah, Sara Lee. How rich you have to be to, like, what if your family just always had a frozen pie in the freezer? You're the richest fucking family of all time. You lived on Geist. That, and if your mom ever had, like, if you always had like good ass orange juice in the fridge at like you went to your friend's house and they always had good ass orange juice, you're like, you guys are kind of rich. If they had that orange juice in like the milk gallon, you're like, I gotta go. Mom, pick me up. That was the weirdest. When you went over to somebody's house and they had juice in the gallon, like red juice in the big gallon of milk thing, I'd be like, what the, where am I? Am I in Beech Grove? I have to be in Beech Grove. Frozen pies. Sunday. National Lost Sock Memorial Day. Fuck. Waking up with one sock on, I've never been. I'm shitty when I wake up, but nothing sets me off like having one sock on. I've never felt more pathetic in my fucking life. Why is there always like a sock on the ground outside, flat as fuck? You know what I mean? God damn. I see one every day. I'm like, shit. Sorry, bro. Lost your other homie. Feel that. National Shrimp Day. I'm 100% over shrimp. 100p. I don't know what to eat anymore. Shrimp was my thing, dude. I would eat shrimp cocktail like it was fucking crackers and cheese. You ever just eat a bunch of sushi or something and you're like, what the fuck did I just eat? Like, I love eating sushi, but did the amount of sushi people eat sometimes? I can eat like 5 rolls of sushi and be like, all right, that was good. But like, when you go to a sushi restaurant and they give you like 35 rolls of sushi, I'm like, who the fuck is here? Is this a surprise party and 19 other people are going to come eat this with me? They give out so much shrimp at sushi restaurants. I'm like, whoa, bro. You ever just eat sushi and just feel 100% sick after and just act like it's all okay? Me, every time I eat sushi, it's all good. I've never honestly had sushi been like, I feel better now. I'm always like, I probably have like a tapeworm. All right. That's it, fam. Shot 157. Thanks for listening. Remember to follow, rate, review, subscribe to the pod. For real, do it. I'm thinking about getting like a new podcast logo, maybe. So send your suggestions. Does my face on the podcast logo look weird? Like when you see my podcast logo, are you like, oh, that's definitely a sports podcast because I have a headband on? Does he overthink everything? Maybe. But let me know. I think I want to get like a new pick. Should it be the Johnson pick? Should it be the Johnson pick? Should it? I don't know. Is it too much? I don't know. All right. Okay. I'll talk to you guys next week. All right, fam.